In this video, we're going to look at flowcharts. A flowchart is a diagram where the instructions are given in an ordered sequence. You begin at the top and follow the direction of the arrows, reading each box in turn. You must do whatever the instruction in the box says, or answer questions to determine which box you go on to next. Now, it helps you to understand what each box looks like and does, but you get away without having to know the shapes and stuff as long as you can follow what's going on. That would be enough. But we have, to begin with, start and stop boxes. These are found at the start and the end of the flow diagram. They say start and stop. Input boxes are parallelograms. Okay, just boxes as well, and they tell you what variable to start with. Instruction boxes are rectangles, again just a box, but they tell you what to do with your input or the next variable that you have got currently. Then we have decision or question boxes. Decision or question boxes are rhombuses, again just a box. They ask a question to which the answer is yes or no. You follow the path corresponding to the answer to the question. So if the answer is yes, you follow yes. If it's no, you follow no. When you return to a previous box, a loop is said to be formed. And you might be familiar with this sort of thing in computer science and IT. It's all logic. So we've got an example here, and it says look at the flow diagram. The flow diagram's over here, and it says start with A is 35 and B is 16. Follow the instructions of the flow diagram. What is the result? A is 35 and B is 16. So what you would do is you would input A is 35 and B is 16. So it goes into your start, input A, so you'd type that into the computer, I suppose. It would ask you for A, you would say it's 35, it would ask you for B, and it would say it would be 16. And then you would follow this here, and you would do this calculation. And Q is A squared minus B. So Q would be 35 squared minus 16. And the computer would work that out. Now we need to work it out as well, so we can then answer the next question. So that is 1209. So we work out Q, we follow the arrow, it says to go down, and it says is Q greater than 1600? And we know the answer to that is no. So what we do is we follow the no. Now this is, in mathematics, looks terrible, but in computers it makes perfect sense. This is not saying that A is equal to A plus 2. This is saying that you're going to update A. The new A is going to be the old A plus 2 more. Or add 2 onto the old A and then work with that number. So A would now, when it comes round this time, A is going to be equal to not 35 anymore. It's going to be 37. That's been erased. And B is going to be B minus 1. So get the old value of B, 16, take 1 off it, 15, and that gives you what B is now at the new value of B. So it's 15. No longer 16, that's gone. And we follow the arrows around and we work out what Q is. Q is A squared, which is now 37 squared, take away B, which is now 15. And that works out to be 1354. And we follow the arrow. Is it bigger than 1600? No. So we have to update the A values. We need to make A and the B values. A is now the old A value. That is the one was the most recent, but still not the newest one we're going to make. It's 37, so it's now going to be 39. And B is going to be 1 less, so B is going to be 14. And this is where we're following a loop, we're repeating the same process every time. So we now follow that round and we work out a new Q. That's 39 squared minus 14. gives us 1507, so we're nearly there, I think. So we work that out. We follow the arrow. Is it bigger than 1600? No. So we need to update our A and B values. A is going to be 2 more, so 41 now. And B is going to be 1 less, so 13. We follow that arrow round and it tells us to work out Q again. Suppose I was crossing out the old values of A and B, and actually what we're doing as we go along is, suppose in a computer sense, we would be overwriting what Q is each time as well. So we're going to get a new value of Q. 41 squared. If that made no sense, don't worry. 41 squared minus 13, which is 1668. So we've worked it out. Follow the arrow. Is it bigger than 1600? The answer for the first time is yes, we follow this direction. And it says to print Q. Now be careful what it asks you. Sometimes when you get to yes, you just basically write down the answer, the last thing you've asked for, but maybe they might have asked you what A and B were. Print A or print B. So be very careful as to what you actually have to print. And what does print even mean? Print in a computer sense means it actually would go back onto the screen. It would produce something. So that would be like the answer that would show in the calculator. And in your case, it's going to be what you'd write down on your page for on your answer line. You would say Q is 1668. And then you'd stop. You go on to the other question about pie charts or whatever. There's another explanation here. If you want to follow that, you can do too.